Oh my God, if I die, I'm a legend. When they lay me down to rest, I know I was always repping.
Hey guys, this is Wargy, and today we'll be playing some Battlefield 1. And what I'll be showing you in this video is the very start of the campaign mode. And in my personal opinion, it's more of a tutorial. It shows you many of the guns that you'll be able to use in Battlefield 1, as well as even some tank combat. It doesn't have any air combat, unfortunately, but I'm sure that will come in much later. But you'll see many of the features and just the cool things they've done with this game, especially for those that haven't kept track of it or may not even know about it. This will give you a really good idea on if this is a game that would be up your alley or not. But while watching this, do keep in mind, this game doesn't just offer a campaign mode. This is a cool feature that it does have, but the main purpose of this game really is multiplayer. It offers up to 64 player multiplayer maps, which is really cool and a lot higher than most. And again, if you haven't played it, definitely give it a shot. And basically I'll just be going over a brief overview of what my very early impressions of the game are. I played a little multiplayer, I played through a few sections of the campaign mode, and both I absolutely love. One thing I do enjoy most about this game is the fact that there's just so many things you can do. You know, if you're not very good at, let's say, aiming or something, you could always do air combat. If air combat's not your thing, you could try doing some tank combat. There's basically different roles for each. So there's support, there's medics, and then there's a typical infantryman. And as you're seeing in the video right now, basically what this does is take you through what it was like back in World War I, and you're actually playing specific people. So when you die, it actually shows you when your death was and stuff like that. But the main thing on this early one is just basically get you a hands-on feel with each of the guns. As soon as you finish one, then it moves you on to a different type of gun or a different type of military weapon like tanks and stuff. But again, this really is not like a campaign mode type of game. I mean, that's something they've added, and it's nice to have it. But the main thing is the multiplayer. If you're not really into multiplayer or kind of PvP type games, this probably wouldn't be a good game for you, just to be perfectly honest. And another thing I think is really awesome is virtually everything that you're looking at is destructible. So, you know, you can drive through like houses and stuff in a tank, which I think that's awesome. If you shoot something, you know, it actually gets destroyed. So most everything that you see around you can be destroyed. Now you're not going to destroy like, you know, stone with a gun or nothing, but you could blow it up with, like, say, a bomber, you know, and completely destroy that building. And I think that's really awesome. A lot of the things they've done in this game is just really cool. For example, they also have weather effects. So let's say you're fighting in the desert, there might be a storm that moves in, and it makes it extremely difficult to actually see the other players. So weather does actually affect your ability, you know, to see players and stuff like that. And that's another thing I think is really awesome. And also keep in mind that basically what I'm going through right now, again, like I already said, is basically the tutorial. But there are tons and tons of other weapons that will not be shown in this video. So you're not limited to just what I'm showing you here. There are just tons of weapons, all kinds of planes, tanks, I mean, you name it. This game offers just so much more than at least the first person shooters I've played. Granted, I have had a great, vast experience in first person shooters. My experience is pretty much limited to like CSGO and Overwatch and games like that. But if you enjoy first person shooters, I think this game is definitely worth trying. And they also have a variety of different modes and maps. Starting off, Battlefield's launching with 9 maps, I believe. And there'll also be another one coming for free a little bit later on as well. And they're also going to offer 6 different types of modes in the game. One being Conquest, Domination, Operations, Rush, War Pigeons, and then Team Deathmatch. So you're not just limited to one type of mode, and even if you're not in the multiplayer, they have campaign mode. But again, I want to put an emphasis on that this is mainly for multiplayer. So I wouldn't try to purchase this game if your only intention is to try to do the campaign mode, because you'll get really bored really quick. It's going to be fun, and I'm not trying to lower anyone's expectations on it, but that isn't the intent of this type of game. It is for multiplayer, and most of the developers' time goes into the multiplayer modes, because that's the mode that most people play when they play these type of games. And I will also be doing videos this week as well on the multiplayer mode. This is just basically to give you guys a look on what the graphics and what it all looks like and what you can really expect. But the multiplayer modes, especially like the 64 player ones, can be a lot more chaotic, obviously because you have 64 people trying to kill you. But they're really, really cool. And you know, you can be a sniper, support, the typical assault class, as well as a medic. And all of them come with their own unique abilities, and most of them are pretty much self-explanatory as far as what they do. And again, guys, no complaints at all. And I also like the part how they have them broken up into roles. You're not just someone with a gun trying to kill everyone else. You actually have a role, and you're trying to do something on the battlefield. It's not just trying to shoot people. And as I already said, guys, this game has a ton of vehicles, and just to give you an estimate now, each of these categories, most of them have multiple types. Some of them only have one type, but I'm just going to give you an idea of how many vehicles you can expect. There are heavy tanks, light tanks, bomber planes, scout biplanes, as well as attack planes. You can get trucks, horses, battleships. I mean, there's all kinds of vehicles, and they're really fun. I haven't played in a vehicle yet that I didn't just think was awesome.
New killing machines. Like the
And
tank.
here in just a second, you'll see a good example of the tank combat,
Mostly on our side.
as well as, like I told you guys, on how the area, pretty much everything you can see can be destroyed. And I tried to make as best of an example of that as I could, by trying to blow stuff up with the tank. And again, guys, I can't say how much fun playing in the tanks and all the different kind of vehicles are. So if you're not just into the first-person shooter aspect, there's still a place for you in this game, because you can play in so many different types of vehicles, airplanes and stuff like that. It's just an absolute blast. And here in later, as I get further into the campaign mode, I also will put out videos demonstrating just how much can be destroyed. You can literally drive through houses in your tanks. Not all the vehicles can be just drove through like that, but if it's just a typical wooden house, you can drive straight through it. Now, if it's, you know, made out of stone or something, you're not always going to just be able to drive right through it. But most things, especially in the campaign mode, can just be drove through. Now, on your multiplayer maps, a lot of those buildings can't be, because they are made out of stone. And while it's not out yet, those that have a pretty decent group of friends to play with, or in gaming plans like myself, coming soon there will be custom games in Battlefield 1 as well. And just like most games that offer custom games, I'm sure there'll be all kinds of different crazy settings that you can do, just to give you a fun experience and enjoy the game with your friends. As far as the details on that, I'm uncertain at the moment, but most people that's played a first-person shooter and played around at all with custom games knows all the different kind of things you can tweak. You know, maybe you can increase the damage, or maybe just headshots only, stuff like that. And I'm really looking forward to that feature, so we're going to get some game nights going on with our clan. And anyone that would be interested in playing in some game nights, you can visit the link below this video, click on it, and it'll take you directly to Diwo Gaming. and you can apply. And we have many games we offer, so just feel free to put in an application, and it's a very painless process. And also, just to backtrack a little bit, when I had commented on just how many weapons are in the game, just to give you a more exact, because I went back and actually looked on how many weapons are in the game, and according to the in-game weapons and gadgets tab, there's a total of 150, just to give you an idea of exactly how many weapons you can play around with in this game. So it's another really cool option they've given us, and I mean, just so much stuff you can do in this game, and I'm really looking forward to getting further progressed in this game, as well as their elite classes that you can play with. You'll see here in a second the guy that's shooting the fire, he's an elite class, and that's why it takes so much more effort to try to kill him, as well as this gun also had a pretty stiff kickback, so it was quite difficult to actually bring him down. And also, another thing you're seeing in the video, you actually can and sometimes have to put on gas masks to try to survive. If an area gets gassed and you don't, it will actually kill you. So, I mean, they made it as realistic as possible, just like what you have to do in real war. If you don't put on that gas mask, which in this particular campaign mode, it's pretty much forced upon you. But like in multiplayer mode and stuff like that, you actually have to put on the gas mask yourself, or the gas will pretty much kill you. So, and just another thing that, you know, tries to make it as realistic as possible, and they did an awesome job with it. Also, another really, it's pretty much typical really in most first-person shooters, but they have the ranking system like you'd see in most first-person shooters. So, you know, you start as a private, you work your way up in the rankings. But the other cool thing is you can actually earn medals, and I thought that was really cool. They may have offered it in past Battlefields. I've only played a few Battlefields and really don't have a whole lot of experience in them to begin with. But it looks like there'll be a limited time frame on when you can actually earn the medals. So, you know, like 1 week they might offer this set of medals, and you got so many days to try to earn them, or those medals will go away and then a new set comes in that you can try to earn. So over time you can earn more and more medals, and it will just show pretty much how experienced you are when people view you and stuff like that. But I thought it was cool. And another cool thing on the multiplayer maps that I thought anyway was cool was they'll actually have an assault train come through, and it holds up to 4 players. Each train has its own type of weaponry, and you pretty much just go through there and just pretty much wreck everything in sight. I thought that was completely awesome. And it seems like it rewards the train with the team that's struggling the most, to try to give them a chance of trying to come back and get that comeback victory basically. And another thing, very similar, that's also offered on some maps, is you'll actually be able to be in an assault blimp. And you know, again, you just run through the map, shooting everything that moves basically. And again, I believe it also rewards the team that's struggling the most, to try to allow them to come back. But that's pretty much the video, guys. I just really wanted to give you an overview of what you could expect out of Battlefield 1. I think it's awesome. If you're in the first-person shooters, I'd definitely give it a try. But other than that, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Make sure to like and sub, and I'll see you guys next time.